everyone, welcome back to another video. Welcome if you are new here. My name is Jillian. Thank you for clicking on this video today. If you are new, make sure to subscribe down below, turn on my post notifications so you know when I upload, and of course, like this video. So I am in my car because, as you all know, the lighting in my room situation absolutely sucks. So I'm filming in my car, and I also don't spend enough time in my car. I used to drive all the time, and I just don't anymore, so I wanted to kind of just like sit, chill, have a little chatty conversation. So this video is a college Q&A. I had originally planned to do this video more focused on community college, but when I kind of like sent out the question like, hey, ask college questions, you guys really seem to be just curious about just stuff in general, like regarding school and college and my school experience and everything like that. So I was like, you know what, we're just gonna do it all. So that is what I am doing today. Before this video starts, comment below your major, or if you have graduated already, what you majored in and why, because I'm just curious, because before deciding to go to college, I was never interested in this stuff, and now I want to know. I want to chat with you guys in the comments, so go for it. I'm gonna give you guys a little background in case you are new to my channel, because I feel like my school, college experience hasn't been like most people's. I think we are all on a very different journey and path, and everyone kind of has a different way of going about things, and I don't think one way is right or wrong. So that's something I want to encourage here on my channel. You gotta do what's best for you. You're gonna get the best results that way. You're gonna just feel the best when you do what's best for you and not listen to what other people have to say, because I know there's like a big pressure with society that you have to go to high school and then you have to go to college right after, and then you have to graduate with your bachelor's and whatever, and then you have to get a job right out of college, and nah, it's just a system set up by society. That's what I think. So yeah, but I'm going to college now, so we're going to talk about it. I just wanted to say that because I never want anyone to feel like they have to do something when watching my videos, or they have to do something a certain way that other people do it. Like, I just never want to encourage that. So yeah, we're just going to get into it. All right, a little background information on me. I am 19 years old. I will be 20 in January. I am living in Rhode Island. I am basically from Rhode Island. I was born in New Hampshire, but that's besides the point. Someone asked me if I was from here or South Africa. I think it's because I had mentioned like that was the last time I did a Q&A. I am not from South Africa. My boyfriend is from South Africa, so I was staying in South Africa with him for a few months. But I am originally from the US. I am American. I did online high school for 3 years, so we are going to talk about that for a minute. So definitely not traditional. I did go to public school up until freshman year of high school, and then the second day of sophomore year, I left to online high school. I took a gap year, if you will. It was kind of unintentional, actually, which is also something I'm going to get into, and traveled the world. I am going to community college for 2 years, and then I am transferring to a 4-year university of some sort. I don't know which yet, so that will be decided later on. And I am majoring in marketing. We are just gonna get into the Q&A. I'm gonna kind of start with high school and then work my way to college, because I just feel like my story, if you will, is better explained like that, because I don't want to be jumping around to 100 different topics. First question is, what made you do high school online? You guys don't know this because I've never talked about this before, and I don't think I'm ever going to really get into it, because I don't think that's a topic I want to talk about, because it is controversial and everyone has like their personal beliefs. But I grew up very, very religious. A lot of people that I was surrounded by, family, or like half of my family was in this religion, and all of my friends were in this religion and all of that, and all of them basically did like homeschool or online high school or something like that. So that definitely influenced my decision, because they were just the people I surrounded myself with. I'm no longer practicing anything. That was a huge influence, but what kind of like sealed the deal on that was that I was going to be able to graduate high school early, and I also could work full time. That was always a huge priority of mine, even when I was like 15 years old making this decision, as well as just being able to be flexible and create my own schedule and go at my own pace. That is a huge perk to doing anything like online. You can really go at your own pace, whether you want to work faster or slower. I could work whenever I wanted to. I could see friends whenever I wanted to. I could basically do whatever I wanted whenever I wanted. I could get school done within the first year of me starting the program, or I could take up to 4 years, which was what was allowed. You basically had a start date and an end date. You just had to get your school done by that end date, but you could get it done whenever you wanted to. Basically, many reasons for that decision, but that is kind of like, to sum it all up, that's like the fastest way I could answer that question without going too much into specific details. Yeah, second question is, did you enjoy doing high school online? So I'm going to say yes and no to this question, because yes, because I very much enjoyed doing everything at my own pace and doing things when I wanted to. I've always been very independent as is, so I feel like it was a great decision. The one downside to this was just not having that person 24/7 to kind of ask questions to and all of that. The social aspect of high school never really appealed to me. Like I said, I kind of grew up in that religion, so I already had friends outside of public school, so it wasn't like that was my main reason of enjoying school, was to be surrounded by people. I was there for the education. I really enjoyed it overall. I think I wouldn't go back and change that decision, but that, like, the not having a person there all the time is something you have to get used to for sure. All right, we are now moving into the gap year portion of things. I think there's only one question for this. I wrote everything down in a notebook because I wanted to be able to like see everything. Was anyone against your decision to take a gap year? And the answer to this is no, for a couple of reasons. So a lot of outside people, like coworkers and people who just weren't as close to me as like family and friends, didn't really understand. A lot of people are on that path of like, you have to go to college right after you graduate high school or else type thing. It was only a year's difference, but I think when you don't follow that traditional route, people often think that you're just gonna like stick to that and you're basically not going to do anything with your life, which is, I don't understand like how taking a gap year equals not doing anything, but that's kind of like where people's brains go, like I'm not gonna ever get an education type thing or further my education, and that is simply not true. So outside people didn't necessarily agree with it, but the people close to me, like my family, half of my family, so on my dad's side, they were extremely supportive. I actually didn't tell them I was leaving to travel until 3 weeks before, just because they don't live around here. They were very excited. They knew I wasn't going to college anyway, so to like see me doing something that I wanted to do. I will say though, they did have an issue with me doing online high school. So that was like 3 years before I decided to take a gap year and travel. So they didn't like that I wasn't going to have that like social aspect of things, that I wouldn't be getting like the same kind of education, just not following those steps. So that was a difficult thing for them to accept. But I think because of that, when I said, okay, I'm taking a gap year and I'm gonna travel, they kind of were like, all right, well, this isn't the first time she's done something that she felt like doing and it like worked out, so we're just gonna accept it. And they did, and they were extremely happy for me, so thanks guys. Once my mind is made up about something and once I make a decision, I usually stick to it. I'm not the kind of person to like go back. So we're finally moving into the college questions. I just wanted to answer a few background questions so you kind of got an understanding of kind of why I made the certain college decisions that I made and what led me to this point. Did it take you a while to figure out what you wanted to major in? Yes and no. I actually never, ever planned on going to college. Basically, all my life decisions up until this point in my life was influenced by the religion I practice, and I definitely think that is just usually how it works because those are your life beliefs, so your life choices are going to be based on those religious beliefs. So because of that, I never planned on going to college. It just wasn't something that people generally did, as in go to a 4-year university away from home and, you know, do the partying, have like a certain kind of association with people who weren't practicing the same beliefs as you. So that just wasn't something ever in the books. Getting some kind of education to get a job wasn't like I couldn't go to, you know, get a certificate in something or anything like that, or do a program. It wasn't like strict like that or anything. It was just never in the cards. It just wasn't something I had ever planned on doing. So I actually didn't decide that I wanted to go to college until we were away and traveling. That's when I was like, all right, I want to further my education and I want to have something under my belt, as in a degree to kind of fall back on while I don't really know what I want to do. I still know I want to have something. And I know they say like don't base your degree on that. I always had thought if I ever was going to go to college, I wanted to get some kind of business degree. I just didn't know the specifics of it. So basically just general business I knew I wanted to do. January or February time, and when we were in Bali, is when I applied to school and when I got the acceptance. So that is when I had decided to go to school for marketing. And I had done a lot of research while making the decision to go to college. I was basically going back to that original thought of, hey, if I ever do go to college, I want to go to college for business. So I researched like what I could do with each business degree. So like, you know, what you can do with an accounting degree, what you can do with a marketing degree, PR, all of that kind of stuff I researched ahead of time. So yes, kind of, but also no. I know this isn't like technically answering your question, but I don't know if that answers your question. I hope it does. Why marketing? Good question. So like I said, I always knew I wanted to go to school for business, and I decided marketing was the best option for me because I feel like marketing can be really diverse. I feel like you could go into more of the corporate side of things, but I also feel like you can do more of the creative side of things. It can be useful if I want to do anything, basically. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do in marketing yet. I haven't made that decision. I think I'll be able to make a decision like that when I have a better understanding of everything itself and kind of learn more about it while I'm in school. What is my dream job? I got asked this question a couple times actually. I don't have a dream job. I've never been one to really have a dream job. There's different things that I would like to do. There's a few different things I would like to go into in all different kinds of topics, not even just like with marketing or business, but just in general. There's a lot of things I would like to try out, but I just think I need to be exposed to more in order to like decide what my dream job is. What am I most excited and least excited about for college? I'm not doing like a typical college experience, you know, the ones where you go and stay somewhere for 4 years and go into a dorm and then have roommates and do all that, you know, like the partying and then going to school as well. Like I'm not doing that kind of college experience. So I think I'm most excited for the learning and expanding my education part. I just haven't studied anything in a long time, so I'm really excited for that. I feel like I'm finally making progress with my life because I never really knew what I wanted to do before. It was always a big question mark in my head when people would ask me like, what do you want to do? What are you gonna do after you're done with high school? Blah, 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 blah. Like, people ask those kinds of questions all the time, and I never knew how to answer them. And I feel like I'm finally like making progress towards that. And like I had said earlier, I wanted something under my belt, and I think that this is gonna give me that, even if I don't use this degree right away, or maybe I end up going into something different. I just feel like I have better direction. What am I least excited for? Or like, what do I fear about going to college? So I'm least excited about doing it online. That might sound surprising because I did high school online, but because I did high school for 3 years online, I didn't want to do college online. But you know, Corona 2020 hit us. It just came in full swing, and so I think that, I don't know yet, but I still think my classes are going to be online. I'm waiting to hear from the school, but they say that most classes will be. So that is kind of like what's happening with that. So I'm not excited about that, but I also know it's not going to be like that forever. At least I don't think so. And if it is, out of my control. I also am not excited for math, if I'm being honest. I've always hated it. I've never liked math, and I know I have to take a couple of math classes, so I'm not excited for that, but it is what it is. And then the final question in this video. I thought this one was so good, I was saving the best for last, so if you've made it to this point, thank you. Do I think people are being dramatic about having to school online since I did it for 3 years? So kind of like this person was asking, you did online high school for 3 years, and now that you see other people are doing it and how they're reacting to it, do I think they're being dramatic? Yes and no. I think I can understand why people don't want to. I mean, like I said, that is something I'm like least excited about doing, but yeah, I think people are being kind of dramatic. Like a mix of everything, I think. I think people are having a hard time learning online, which I can completely understand. It is not for everyone, that is for sure. That is one thing I learned while doing it. Not everyone is cut out for it. Not everyone wants to do it, and that is totally understandable. But I also think it's not gonna last forever, so I feel like people kind of just need to kind of like chill out and just like do what we have to do for now. Because of Corona, I don't think that it's smart to go back to school right now, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I hope my classes are online, and I think that is a big reason why people are being dramatic, is just because not only the learning aspect, but also the social aspect, and like having to pay for that school and pay for all these things and then not being able to go. Like, I get that side of it, but just the schooling itself, I get it, but I don't. Like, I do think people are kind of being dramatic, but I also don't think people are being dramatic because I can understand both sides. So that is it for this Q&A. It wasn't too long. It was a few questions, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any other questions for me, comment them down below as well. Make sure you are subscribed so you can kind of like keep up with all my college vlogs, because you can bet I will be doing college vlogs. I have to document this and kind of like show my experience with it, because I think you can see from this video that I haven't had the most traditional experience in life. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed hearing about what my college is going to be like, what my college experience is going to be like. So with that, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you have a great rest of your day whenever you guys are watching this. I don't know if you guys like this whole car setup, but I'm like chilling right now. I feel like I'm with a friend drinking coffee, because there is 100% coffee in here. It is like 6:30 now. Just chatting. I do this with my friends all the time. Well, you know, before Corona hit, we used to like sit in my car and just chat away for hours on end. And so I feel like I'm doing that with a friend right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I hope you have a great rest of your day whenever you're watching this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers, guys.